In the Unresolved Problems segment tonight, a surprising revelation from the Department of Homeland Security. As we reported last night, the southern border has recently seen a huge surge of unaccompanied minors trying to get into the United States. But paradoxically, we're now learning that this year the Obama administration deported the fewest number of illegal immigrants since 2006. What's behind all this? With me right now is Republican strategist Evan Siegfried, and from Long Island, New York, Chris Hahn, a Democratic strategist. Evan, let's start with you. A lot of people are pointing to President Obama's executive order allowing dreamers to stay in the country.
Yes, what it really is, you know, there are less illegal immigrants coming to the country because Obama's economy is so bad for them. But when the reality is that you've got the president is enforcing policies that make it amnesty.
You're not. I got to push back on you.
Yeah.
The economy's so bad, so Mexican immigrants aren't coming. Okay, it was a joke.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Chris Hahn, though, but the reality is President Obama signed his executive order allowing a lot of people to stay in the country.
Hey, look, and I think that's a good thing. These are people who were brought here with, and this is the only country they've ever known. It was not their choice to come here. Their parents came here. We should make them, we should give them, take them out of the shadows, make them part of our society.
Not their choice.
It was not.
Okay.
You know, if you're a child and your parents bring you here,
Chris, no spin zone, all right? I mean, not their choice to come here. Do you think they'd rather stay in poverty in Mexico and in Latin America or come here?
Well, the DACA is, which brings the dreamers here. It's for children that were brought here, people who were brought here as infants, sometimes as young as babies, carried in their mother's arms. It's not their choice to come here. This is the only country they've ever known. Yeah. We should find a way to incorporate them into our society so that they can come out of the shadows and be part of our economy.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the southern border, Evan. ISIS, terror's on everyone's minds. Number one concern of Americans right now. Our southern border is wide open. How long or why isn't ISIS planning to infiltrate the country through the southern?
I'm sure they already are. It's a porous border, which anything could get through at this point. Right now, you have illegal immigrants who are coming over, and 30% of them are criminals. When that happened by the Border Patrol, who said that. In 2010, in Tucson, they arrested 212,000 illegals. 30% of them already had criminal records in the United States. You get tremendous problems, such as Kate Steinle's law, and gosh forbid, what happened in San Bernardino. And that was legal immigration. We couldn't even stop.
Hey, Chris,
ISIS.
136,000 convicted criminals were deported in 2015. How many weren't?
That's a good thing.
How many weren't?
Well, look, I mean, obviously we've got to make sure that we are doing everything we can to get rid of people who are here and doing illegal things. We need to crack down on crime, whether it's done by immigrants or non-immigrants in this country. But I think, yeah, you're right. Look, there could be people in this country that came here for nefarious purposes. That's always a risk.
Could be.
As for the terrorism.
Could be.
I'm sure there are, Eric. But, I think that, the terrorist argument, which we often hear, I think is a little bit of a red herring. Every time we've seen a terrorist attack performed in this country, it has been done by people who are here legally, whether they come through visas, they have guest
immigrants. That's so comforting. So far, every terror attack in America is done by a legal immigrant. Go ahead.
Yeah, so far.
If you're going to... I think we've given great incentive, clearly, for terrorists to come in legally, because the screening process at this point is, are you a terrorist? Check yes, check no. And, of course, they're going to check no. It's so ridiculous that my dog could write up a better proposal to deal with the terrorist problem. The Obama administration isn't serious about terrorism or illegal immigration. In fact, Democrats...
Oh, absolutely they are.
You've got Democrats trying to incentivize, like Hillary Clinton in the presidential debate in October, proposing giving free college tuition to illegal immigrants. That's sanctuary universities. What is going on here?
Evan, I know it's the first day of Festivus and you want to air your grievances against the Obama administration tonight, but that's just not true. The president has been the toughest on illegal immigrants of any president in the history of this country.
How do you figure?
If his trend line continues, he has deported more people than any other president in the history of the United States of America. Those are the stats.
Because he's counting border stops as deportations.
Every president counted border stops as deportations.
Not
Every
to the extent that
President
Obama has, and therein lies part of the problem is the accounting. If you honestly think that President Obama has deported more illegals than other presidents, you're grossly mistaken. It's how they're accounting for him, Evan.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's very tough to be the president of the United States because people on the left are criticizing him for deporting too many. People on the right are criticizing him for deporting too few.
Well, it's about time we replace the president with a tough person who can handle the job and show real leadership on issues of immigration and terrorism and the economy. And, you know, to get to what you said, that the president is being serious, he's not serious whatsoever. We have an immigration system that broke and allowed somebody to come in legally who is a terrorist in San Bernardino, and she then was able to go out and kill 14 people.
Very quick.
And that's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing, and situations like that need to be rectified. They need to be addressed. But I think this president has done a good job to protect this country. I think he'll continue to do so
We're going to have to leave it right there, gentlemen. Thank you very much.